Breaking news: Abba Kyari land in Lagos, begins preventive treatment. Chief of Staff to President Muhammadu Buhari, Malam Abba Kyari, who tested positive for coronavirus, has arrived Lagos and currently undergoing preventive treatment on the advice of his doctors. The top presidential aide, who was flown to Lagos in an air ambulance, was in high spirits and was not showing any symptoms associated with the virus. Abba Kyari had, in a statement on Sunday night, disclosed that on the advice of his doctors, he would be transferred to Lagos for further tests and observation as a precautionary measure. Abba Kyari said that he felt well and have observed all laid down protocols on the disease. He also disclosed that he had been working from home and expressed hope to return to work soon. He praised the staff in his office, whom he said worked around the clock in service to both the president and the country. He said, "I am writing to let you know that on medical advice, I will transfer to Lagos later today for additional tests and observation. This is a precautionary measure. I felt well, but last week I tested positive for coronavirus, the pandemic that is sweeping the world. I have followed all the protocols government has announced to self-isolate and quarantine. I have made my own care arrangements to avoid further burdening the public health system, which faces so many pressures. Like many others that will test also positive, I have not experienced high fever or other symptoms associated with this new virus, and I have been working from home. I hope to be back at my desk very soon. I have a team of young, professional, knowledgeable, and biotic colleagues whose dedication has been beyond the call of duty, who continue to work even days a week with no time of the day spread. We will continue to serve the president and people of Nigeria as we have for the past 5 years." He thanked the team of health personnels combating disease and other well-wishers who have reached out to him. The senior presidential aide said that the experts were learning about how to combat the disease, noting that the disease has no respect for tribe or race, rich or poor. He advised citizens to act with caution and adhere to principles of hygiene, medical advice, and maintain social distancing. "I want to thank all our fantastic, talented, and brave healthcare professions working across the country in such a difficult time. All the good Samaritans looking out for the most vulnerable in our communities, the key workers that will keep our country going through this, friends and family, and often strangers who have sent me such warm wishes and displayed such a generosity of spirits. And I wish we should be calm, measure and distance, and diligent, be meticulous in our hygiene, especially with cleaning hands. If possible, stay at home or keep your distance. Listen to good advice from the proper authorities. Pay no heed to quacks cure or fake news from social media. President Muhammadu Buhari would do whatever it takes to protect the health and safety of our people and get the country back on its feet as soon as possible. Like the whole world, we are dealing with a new disease. Our experts are learning more all the time about coronavirus, what it does and how we can combat it. What we do not know is that while some may well become very sick, many others who contact this virus will not and may have no symptoms at all. This is a disease that recognizes no difference between north and south, men or women, rich or poor. We are all in this together, the systems stated. Wow, I'm so much impressed with this um discharge, or with the words from Abba Kyari. We so much appreciate God for his health, that he has been discharged and is now he has arrived in Lagos, Nigeria, after his treatment in the US. May God be praised. We so much appreciate God for this. We so much appreciate God for the good news that we have received this morning concerning Abba Kyari and his health condition. He was tested positive of coronavirus, and now he has been discharged, and he said that his doctor advised him to take precaution of his health, and we thank God that he is now ill and healthy. That so his advice to us, to Nigerians, is that we should be caution. We should take precautionary measures that about this virus, that he tested for coronavirus, that is wiping the world. Then because he took the precautions measures from his doctor, that is why he is now being treated well. So the doctor abroad told him to be conscious, and take drugs regularly. So now he's now well compared to when he left the country to the US. So he's trying to appreciate those in office that when he was not around, they really did well. His aides in the office, they really did well, despite he was not around. And he wants to thank all fantastic, talented, and brave healthcare professionals working across the country in such a difficult time. He said all the good Samaritans looking out for the most vulnerable in the community, and the key workers that will keep this country going through these difficult times. It also thank families and friends, strangers, who have sent him such warm wishes and display such a generosity of spirits, that he really thank them for their generosity. So it's urging us to be calm, to be measured and diligent, and not to go out. We should always stay indoor and listen to the advice of the government. So viewers, what's your take on this? What would you have to say concerning this, the advice given by Abba Kyari to Nigerians, and the quick recovery of Abba Kyari? Because if he's not treated well, he wouldn't have been transferred back to Nigeria by his doctor. So we thank God for that. So what is your take on this? Drop your comment below. Click on the subscription button as well as the bell button to receive notifications whenever I publish any new video. And don't forget, like and share this news as well. Thank you, and have a wonderful day. Bye.